Alright, what we got going on here? Welded this all up. We're gonna take this is TIG welded all up. Might look cool in there, but all those little bumps, it's gonna be flowing out of this here. You know, we're adapting that over. This is the adapter to get it up to the intercooler size we need. There's a 90-degree turn coming right out of here too, so any friction loss there should be minimal now. The velocity staying up, I think that other turbo should drive it. We're gonna find out. But those welds in there are just like rocks sitting in the river where you see the whitewater rapids. It's exactly what that's gonna do. So we've got to fill this in here in between there, and then we'll just we'll grind it out. I mean, all this is doing, it's serving a purpose. You know, we're gonna get that all smooth transition right there before it goes into the turn. Then we're gonna weld it onto that housing, making sure we don't get this thing too damn hot to warp the housing. But, so we got going on. Okay, you can see now we welded that up in there. I just went through, filled in all the low spots. That way the transition can be a little smoother. We're gonna take that burr bit and go ahead and hit this, smooth this all out, and get it the best we can. And then we're gonna weld it on to right over there, right there, onto the intake housing, the cool side housing, and should be good to go. See, well, this is what we ended up with. We're gonna have to weld that on to the housing, but the transition's really good. The burr bit, you know, it's not the smoothest. There's no chunks sitting there. Should be fine. We'll put it on. Alright, we've got the transition piece on the board warner. So tomorrow we'll get after it, and what we're gonna have to do is that's got a V-band flange on it. It's a 3-inch coming out the back, just like right here. This here bolts onto the back of the exhaust house, and there's a piece here, transition piece right there. I am going to have to make a piece, either remake this 90 here going down to the primary turbo. They're gonna remake that and make 2 pieces. I want to be able to put this back on in case it doesn't work. Or right here where this clamp is, I could cut that V-band off, put a short piece in between there, and weld the V-band on the very end of this 90 here. That's probably what I'm gonna do, because then worst case scenario, if it don't work, I can either make a secondary one, or I can cut it right back and weld it back on. It's the benefits of being able to TIG weld. You know, all this piping here. That turbo was in my Supra, but yeah, really curious. I got some videos of how this thing runs now. I just hope this having a billet wheel, it should be able to take a little bit. I'm just worried about running this thing too fast. I think what had happened is it actually came out of balance. I think it's moving too fast. It doesn't have it's a cast wheel on that, and I think they charge you $1,600, $1,700 for the turbo. It's been all right turbo, but we're making changes around here, always moving. So we want to see if this is any better. But yeah, that's a lot better than all them ridges in there, that's for sure. But we'll get after it tomorrow and see what we can get done. Till then.